the U.S. learned who our new president-elect is, and that is Donald Trump. Upon the announcement of his win, some people cheered, some people cried, and many protested. So many celebrities have spoken out since. Miley Cyrus is one of them. She posted a video where she was like literally bawling and talking about, how it saddens her and how she's fearful for many of her friends and so on. She since posted another video saying, I'm not going to cry anymore. It's time to take action and band together and try to move forward. Lady Gaga was another person. She participated in a peaceful protest right following the election because she's been very vocal throughout as well, supporting Hillary Clinton. And I mean, the list goes on and on.
Katy Perry was actually with her that night. They became besties because they were rallying against together.
Yeah, there's been so many celebrities who've spoken out. And yeah, I think the country has just experienced a unique situation that we've never experienced before, and I think this is one of I don't think there's ever been a reaction like this, at least in my lifetime, to an election.
I don't feel like the country has ever been more divided.
Yeah.
Which is what saddens me.
Yeah, it's really, And the popular vote did go to Hillary Clinton. The Electoral College ultimately made the decision to pick Donald Trump as the president. And percentages show that she also won the youth vote. And but also, if you need some laughter in the midst of your crying, people voted for Selena Gomez, Harry Styles, and Harambe, which is the gorilla that got shot at
in the write-in portion of the ballot.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So 11,000 people voted for Harambe.
11,000 people.
Is this serious?
Yeah. I mean, they're serious, but what kills me is your vote doesn't actually count for those people unless that person registered prior to the election. So like Selena Gomez or Harry Styles, even if the whole country voted for them, they couldn't be elected as president. But it kills me because somebody that was registered to vote took time out of their day to go stand in line and kind of make a joke out of it where they could have helped for one side or the other, even if you live in California where obviously it's going to swing Democrat. They were doing this. I mean, I get it. You're poking fun because you don't necessarily like either side. And I would say that this election had two of the most kind of hated people running. I mean, people weren't loving Hillary Clinton. They weren't loving Donald Trump. And although the celebrities were rallying behind Hillary, I mean, she had literally every A-list celebrity. I mean, when I say every, like 90%, people were really rallying for her. And that's what blows my mind is that the impact of celebrity didn't necessarily translate. Because I feel like we live in a place that I felt so comfortable going into the election that I thought Hillary was going to win because we're in this bubble where California, you don't realize that what the rest of the country is. I guess that's what was an awakening for me because I didn't realize how divided this country was.
Yeah, so that was my same reaction. Like there was no doubt in my mind that Hillary was going to win. I voted, but still I was like, there's no, like we got this. Like I just wasn't worried. And just for me personally, I was going to open it up to like how you guys feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that bawled. I cried, and it's not because my candidate lost. It was bigger than that. It was like this dude who had said so many hateful things about so many different groups now like kind of gave those people a pass to act on that and like say, oh, it's okay now for me to be hateful because someone who was a bully just became the most powerful person on the planet, And I just felt for so many of those groups that are now potentially going to lose their family members. They're going to have to leave the country. They're going to be hated on because of the skin color or their whatever sexual orientation. It's heartbreaking, kind of. Yeah.
I think I had a more positive outlook on it, although when I did hear the news at first, I was just kind of in shock and a little sad. I think, to your point, feeling all of those things, like what does that mean for the African American community, the LGBTQ community, and so many other communities that are going to be affected. But just the kind of person I am, I'm like, okay, this is the reality that we are in, and let's move to a more positive mindset. Like, what can we do to get together? What can we do to make this reality better? And what you were saying, like, it just shocked me. Facebook, I couldn't even look at Facebook for more than 20 minutes without just feeling
sick,
overwhelmed of how many people, everyone has an opinion, and everyone is hurt and they're lashing out, and it's just sad that people are fighting back and forth. You see the tweets of people vandalizing things, putting N-words places, saying, get out of the country, build the wall, all this stuff, and it's like, geez. But for me, I focus on the positives, and I love that Barack Obama, he signed the thing that ensures that Planned Parenthood is going to be safe. And he also talked to Donald Trump, and after they had that conversation, he was like, hey, I think we're really going in a positive direction. I thought that was awesome. And, you know, as much of the bad stuff Donald Trump has said, when he came out and spoke, I saw a different side. Like, I think his response of being like, I'm glad that you guys are rallying out. It shows that you guys are passionate for your country. I think, for me, I'm just like, okay, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive. It doesn't overshadow all the negative that's happening, but I think for me personally, I just have to focus on those positive things and try to make the country great and try to bring everybody together.
Yeah,
so that's kind of like my outlook on it.
I think I'm sad for everybody. Like, I am not just sad for the people that were voting to feel safer as a minority or voting to feel safe. If they are part of the LGBTQ community, I'm sad for everybody because now we're all victims. Everyone's hating on each other. There's no right reaction right now of what we're seeing online. And now that it's been a couple of days, I feel like a little hopeful as well. I don't believe we are as screwed as what we're being led to believe.
I hope not.
I really do too. And the thing that comes out of all of this for me, I can talk about my feelings about the election over and over and over, but it's done. These are the cards that we've been dealt. Does anybody really want to sulk for the next 4 years?
And more so than that, like, can we hate each other for 4 years?
It's
like,
awful.
am I going to be, like, I can't for the next 4 years be seeing everyone defriending each other and hating each other and killing each other because one swayed a different way than the other. And I know Trump has said some crazy things. I'm hoping that was kind of like clickbait to get what he wanted, and I hope it really goes a little bit calmer. But I just think we have to find like a civil ground where everyone is going to be okay, because like once people start accepting that that is the reality and other people don't lash on, then it's going to cause so much conflict, and I just like don't want to live in a country where everyone hates each other.
It's not good for your soul, and that's why I really loved Miley Cyrus's video, because you could tell, you could feel her heartbreak, you could feel her sadness, but she said, I accept you as president, and that is a huge step in the right direction, because this is our reality. Accept it. Do your part as an individual to spread love, because we need it now more than ever before.
Yeah. And I guess rally behind your beliefs, because I mean, a lot of his team now is Republican as well, but in 2 years that can change, and I feel like if people are loud, if people vote, if people do what they believe in, then things can still happen in a different way that's not necessarily crazy.
I have to say I'm proud of myself, because I talked to a friend. We didn't necessarily reconcile, but she voted for Trump, and when she initially told me, it was a divide in our friendship, to say the least. But we've been talking through text, because she's like not here, but over the past few days, and how we're not the best of friends anymore, but it's gotten better.
That's good.
My stance, just because we brought up the whole like not hating each other, like I don't think that's the answer at all. Personally, just my response to that was when I found out people who were in my life that voted for Trump, it made me feel, and I knew those people weren't like racist, they weren't sexist, that's not why they voted for him, it was because of like economic standing and how it helped them personally.
Whatever mattered to them.
Right. Yeah. And but my only thing was that you're not a racist or whatever, but you're okay with you were able to let that slide. The fact that he did represent so much hate, and it was like, okay, now you're like an accomplice to that, or you co-sign
And I think there's levels. I think not every person that supports Trump is a homophobe or a racist, or I think that's the general consensus. And I feel like even if somebody swayed in the way of voting for Trump, there are some people I feel like that aren't extremists, that aren't trying to bash kids because they're gay or hate you because you're a certain color. But I guess.
And I think that was a mature response for you. Like, I think everybody, when it did happen, they lashed out and they were angry, and you know, we have a right to feel that way, but like coming back and be like, okay, this is how I did feel, I expressed it, but now let's talk it out. And I think that's awesome that you and your friend had that conversation and talked it through, like, hey, this is how I feel, this is why it's making me feel this way, and she received that. And I think more people need to do that, listen to each other, hear each other out, and that's how we move forward versus I don't care what you have to say, I hate you, you voted for Trump, peace out.
And we're not escaping this. Like, he's going to be the most famous president we've ever had because it's like nothing before. He used to be a reality star. There's so much to all of this that he is going to be in the headlines every day for the next 4 years. So we can't have mental breakdowns every time a headline comes out or every time you see a photo of him. But I don't know how to fix the country divide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the saddest part of all of this.
Yeah.
I think we all realized for the first time just how different certain parts of this country really is, and just like fundamental thinking. It wasn't. It's not like little tiny details. It's fundamental things that we truly strongly believe in, and other people across the country have the exact opposite belief.
I guess though, what I would ask people to take out of all of this is, if you disagree with somebody sitting next to you, talk to them rather than defriend them or X them out of your life. Like, meet in the middle, and even if you leave that conversation not being as close as you were, find out where each other are coming from rather than just being like, I can't talk to you, this sucks, goodbye. Because it's the reality.
Totally.
It won't be easy, but pray on it. And it might happen. Also, I want to make the point, all young women out there, all of you, you are still as powerful as you were before. You can do whatever you want with your life. You have a voice. Don't let anyone tell you that you don't. Use that voice, okay?
All right, you guys.
Snap.
Let us know what you think in the comment section below. I know everyone has opinions, thoughts, and feelings. And then you can click over to the left to find out if Instagram stories are replacing Snapchat.
Or click over to the right to hear Black China fire back at Wendy Williams for her Rob rant.